phrase that describes him and his work with Fort Lewis College students. 2 words: research builds. This phrase is illustrated by his research portfolio, which is deep and impressive. His pursuit of knowledge has taken him around the world, studying topics from evolution and sedimentary records found in limestone to the energy potential of microbial deposits and the effects of coal extraction on groundwater. Dr. Giannini graduated from Colorado College with a bachelor's degree in geology, and then he took a few years to be a ski bum. Then he resumed his studies at the University of Wisconsin-Madison Department of Geology and Geophysics, where he received his master's and PhD. Pursuing his education and research brought Gary to the Four Corners, a move that would eventually bring him to Fort Lewis College, where he continues his research and teaching, bringing students into his research. His list of scholarly publications includes more than a dozen that are co-authored with Fort Lewis College students. His research funding is reflective of the high-quality research he does and of the regard in which he is held by the national scientific community. The idea that while working at a place like Fort Lewis College, we compete with Research One schools in making contributions to science is very exciting. I am honored to present to you the man who believes that research builds, Dr. Gary Giannini.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here, and it's also good to tell you the snow is very good this week when you're done today. I want to talk to you just a little bit, and I want to start off with a quote from Heraclides, a Greek philosopher, who said, "No one ever steps in the same river twice, for it's not the same river, and he or she is not the same person." And that's true of all of us all the time. Dean didn't mention I also, for my PhD, worked from a whitewater raft, so I really get this idea about rivers changing. Anyway, a little bit of background. I did grow up in Virginia, and these robes that I'm wearing today were my father's. He taught at the University of Virginia, and these robes have been to more graduations than I can hold. They went to about 35 graduations in May in Virginia, which is a hot, sweaty affair, so I'm also happy to tell you I had it cleaned this week. First time. But I grew up, since I grew up living in an academic community, Thomas Jefferson's academic community at the University of Virginia, where my father taught. And my living room was filled about once a month with engineering students who were being taught by my father to appreciate the humanities, to communicate effectively. And so I was the 14-year-old sitting in the back eating all the cookies. And it was really exciting because I listened to him help his students hone their ideas and figure out how to express their thoughts clearly. And that is something that stayed with me for a long time. A little further downstream, when I was married, I still am, I started to attend family reunions with my wife's family. Cynthia Dodd, she's a professor here in the biology department. And somehow our family reunions always end up somewhere with spectacular sedimentary rock outcroppings. And that's what I studied in geology, or sedimentary rocks. My father-in-law, Robert Dodd, is also a sedimentologist, one who studies sedimentary rocks. And so we usually conspire when it's time to figure out where the family reunion should be, to figure out where the next place we would like to check out is. We go there. And so in between games of croquet and family happy hours, we go down to the rocks and with our hand lenses and have what we think is a pretty good time. But there's something else that I've learned from Bob Dodd. He's a a world-renowned sedimentologist, an excellent scientist, but when you ask Bob how he describes himself, I think it's epitomized by his business card. It says, Robert H. Dock Jr., educator and geologist. And fundamentally, the way Bob views himself and the way I view myself is first and foremost an educator, because when you look at our life's work, there's a long list of publications and there's some grants, but the most important thing we do is sitting here in front of us today, producing graduates, producing new scientists and students who think more deeply about themselves. So my background makes this one of the most fulfilling things I could do. And in this room, you've heard already how many people have invested in making sure that you succeed. Everyone here has worked diligently to make sure that you do well, and so have you. Otherwise, we wouldn't invite you here today. But anyway, you've developed an expertise in analyzing information, evaluating information, effectively communicating your information to your new ideas to other people. Through our Gen Ed program, we've been forced to explore a breadth of different ideas. Hopefully you took some music and art classes, and you took some science classes, and you got to think in many, many different ways and to benefit from the ideas of this excellent faculty that surrounds you students. And we're also really interested in seeing you do very well, and we're probably all doing that for many of you right now by writing recommendations, using the networks, our professional networks, to help you find a place in either a professional setting or if you're moving on to graduate school, drawing on the colleagues we have across the country who know that this is an excellent program and our students come out very well prepared to do great things. So, not only do we help you get going, but we keep on helping. In the last several years, I know in our department, I'm sure in others, as students move from one job to the next and looking for help, we help them find jobs, and we continue to be your resource to help you succeed. So, you know that we really, really, really want you to do well. But even more than that, we're hoping in our heart of hearts that while you're doing well, you also do good. You're really, really quite fortunate and really lucky. Okay, so I have to talk about water a little bit because I'm kind of focused on water and rocks a lot. You're really, really quite lucky because there are a lot of people, and I apologize to my students in my water class. This is okay. There are a lot of people in this world who don't have access to clean water, who spend most of their days walking, carrying 2 40-gallon jugs of water. A lot of times this is disproportionately women and children. And what that does is displace them from the opportunity for the kind of education that you're getting. And it displaces them from even the opportunity to work. And thank goodness, you're not one of the 4,800 people who die each day. It's like 11 jumbo jetliners because they don't have crashing with no survivors. Because they don't have access. Because they don't have access to clean water or sanitation. So you have these opportunities that you can make a difference. And there are people around you in this room who, if you haven't taken these, can show you how to do this very effectively. I'm particularly proud of our Engineers Without Borders program here at Fort Lewis College. It's led by and a number of students and community members who participate in this. But this group of students and faculty members and administrators, our own Marie and Brandon here on the stage has gone and helped with this, go to other countries and help to build water systems that bring people fresh water to the places where they live. We're not talking indoor plumbing, we're talking a faucet in the village. And they're also working to bring people's basic sanitation so that they can escape those kinds of life-limiting circumstances that I was just discussing. So while you're doing well, there are lots of opportunities for doing good. There are other people up here that do amazingly wonderful things, and I don't know all of them. But I know that our faculty member, John Condi, can regularly be found at Manna Soup Kitchen and has worked extensively with the Peace Corps working abroad. And then some of the faculty around you, many of the faculty around you, have worked to get grants that aren't for research, but that are built around student success. Les Somerville in chemistry, Sherry Bird in biology, Kim Hammond in geosciences, and many others that I just don't know all the references to. But these are people who are working really hard to take their position where they do well into good. So my big thought for you is that we really work to help you be excellent students, and very well prepared community members. And from our hearts, we really want you to do well. And even more, we ask you to do good. Thanks, and congratulations.